Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much to our audience today for making the time to be with us. This is going to be a really good day. We've got a very packed schedule today. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 2 of the inaugural edition of the Business Aviation Asia Forum and Expo. I'm Lethan Francis, Managing Director of Francis & Lowe. I'm your host for today. Today we're presenting a lineup of distinguished speakers and participants who will explore some pertinent topics in the field of business aviation, including China's business aviation sector, Southeast Asia, the new centre for growth, in-flight connectivity and passenger experience, and also MRO, and much more. There is no shortage of fascinating topics to discuss. Before we begin, a gentle reminder to keep your mobile phone devices on silent. We will commence today's session with a keynote speech from Dassault Aviation on the developments in the large cabin long-haul sector. Our first speaker for today is Carlos Brana, Dassault Aviation Executive VP for Civil Aircraft, who will delve into the deeper topic into models, advanced technologies, and design innovations, enhancing comfort, efficiency, and connectivity. With that, please give a welcome applause to Carlos. Thank you.
So, good morning, everyone. I hope you will enjoy this presentation. Actually, should be short because we have only 20 minutes. So we'll start with something that we made some years ago on the Star Wars Canyon. So let me introduce you what it would be.
In the canyon.
So for people who like adventure, this is a good moment. On the other hand, I would not recommend you to test that. If you want to have a certain future, this is not exactly the right way to do so. And this is, of course, a 2-year project with a lot of simulation and so on, and of course, authorization of the people to go into the canyon. So talking about the future or immediate future of Dassault Aviation, we will have a very short presentation of what's going on the business jet area, and particularly coming back to the basics of business jets. So, you know, when you are, let's say, a flyer of business jet, let's say taking off from Singapore, you want to go everywhere, or at least somewhere in the planet. So, as you can see, it could be going in Asia, going to Europe, going to the United States, South America, Africa, and so on, everywhere where we need to go in order either to develop your activities or to strike deals or just to check that the things are going well. So for this, we have a certain number of platforms. Some of them have been sold in the area. The two, you know, we have not sold yet because one is not existing yet as a platform. It's a 10X, it's still under development. And the other one is the 6X that we just entered into service in late 2023. So as you can see, we have sold in this area the 2000, a 900, a 7X and an 8X, and you can see that in this map, the kind of range or the kind of destination you can reach with every kind of model. So the 2000 being the shortened range, which is 4,000 nautical mile. If you go to the 900, so I think it's a red line, it's 4750. If you go to the green-blue line, which is a 7X, is 50 nautical miles, and the 8X is the yellow line, I think, with 6450 nautical miles. So either you want to keep yourself within the Asia Pacific, and the 2000 is more than enough, or you want to fly internationally in remote areas like Africa, Europe, or the United States, if you wish. So that's where we are today. And of course, in the future, the near future, which is the current present, it's a 6X with the blue line, as you can see. So this airplane can allow you to fly in Europe, no stop, to fly, well, Alaska, but at least everywhere in Asia Pacific. And as you can see, so this airplane is 5,500 nautical miles, but we'll come back on it. And you have also the 10X, which is 7,500 nautical miles. And as you can see, with the 10X, you can fly basically everywhere except South America. So talking about business aviation itself, what is the purpose of business aviation? It's extremely easy. It's to save time. And to save time, you have many ways of saving time. First of all, for example, expanding the range, so you don't have to stop. If you don't stop, you save time. If you have also the ability, when you exit an airplane, to start your day fresh or not fresh. Saving time is starting fresh. So for example, for that purpose, we have reduced the cabin noise to a very low level, and we have also increased the cabin pressure. So you feel that you are in the ground, but actually you are 41,000 feet high. Saving time is also the ability, to be connected. So which means that you can still continue to be productive, do whatever you have to do, while you are on board an airplane. If you remember 20 years ago, it was impossible. Now it's possible. So it's all about saving time. And of course, the main thing, the most important thing, is about flexibility. You land where you need to go, which means that you can take off from the closest airport where you are to go to the closest airport to your destination. This is also a way to save time. If you have to go to a hub, and then after you have a 3 hours drive to go to your destination, this is not saving time. So business aviation is about that. So what are the trends that we are seeing today? It's very simple. The trend is higher speed for connectivity. That's a given, I would say. Most of the people, they want to have the same data flow that they have at home. Of course, quietness and whatever allows you to be rested. And of course, another one, which is very important, is also the size and the modularity of the cabin. So regarding the size of the cabin, as you can see, we have now today a diameter, external diameter of 2.50 meters. And with the 6X, we are increasing that diameter to 270, and with the 10X, it will be 290. The idea is very simple. The evolution of mankind makes that the people are taller and bigger than they used to be. So we are not in the 15th century, we are now in the 21st, and the people, they do not have the same size. So they need also more comfort, and particularly, this comfort is even more important with the time you will stay on the airplane. So if you are talking about a 6X, where you could have up to 12-hour flight, or a 10X, when it could be 15-hour flight plus, you need a space for you to circulate, to exchange with your people, etc., etc. So this is the reason why, on our side, we have based our future in expanding the diameter, the cross-section of the airplane. The 6X is already, or has already, the biggest cross-section of any purpose-built business jet. Of course, it's not a 777, but the 777 is not a business jet. I would say, basically. So which means the cabin pressure is not the same, the noise level is not the same. And you don't fly at the same altitude as well. When you fly at a higher altitude, you have less turbulences. When you start getting low, of course, you are more subject to turbulences. So just a quick description of the Falcon 6X I mentioned before. So this one is entered into service in late 2023. As you can see, with this airplane, you can cover a lot of countries without stopping. And then after, if you want to stop one stop, you can cover the whole world, basically. The cabin diameter is bigger than the competition. As I was telling you, this is the biggest cross-section of any purpose-built business jet as of today. So just a quick look of the interior with a short video.
The day dawns on a new flight experience. For the coming hours, this is your home, your office. To work in productively, in comfort, and incomparable spaciousness. Natural light streams through extra-large windows, keeping you sharp and alert in whisper-quiet surroundings. Calm, cool, connected, and in total control of your environment. All of this in silky smooth flight, approaching the speed of sound. This is your new world.
A very great airplane, actually. So just a quick look about the interior. You will see that the features are arranged according to the needs of the customers. And as you can see, you can have even a bed inside. Again, saving time. When you sleep in the bed, you don't sleep at the hotel. So again, you get to your destination, you get fresh, and you can start your day. Of course, this airplane is equipped with the latest technologies in terms of entertainment system, and also the connectivity. Connectivity is paramount today, so of course we have equipped the 6X, and the 10X will be equipped the same way with the latest technology available. Just a quick word about the 10X. So the 10X is a much bigger airplane, 110 feet long. Usually we are less than 25, 26 meters. This one is 33, so it's a big animal. With the 10X, you can cover a lot of space. You can go from Singapore to about anywhere in the world, but South America, and maybe some places in Mexico and so on. So it's a big bird, big bird, which will have the qualities that you saw earlier in the movie. So the flexibility, the maneuverability of the 10X will be comparable to the one of the 8X you saw earlier. And this is thanks to the digital flight control system that we have. We have it on our military airplanes, so the fighters, and we are applying it in our civilian airplanes as well. 10X is a very big bird, as you can see here. So even compared to the others, I think we are a step beyond. That allows more flexibility, and also we'll see some specific arrangements inside the cabin. Just a short video to present it to you. As you can see, it's a penthouse in the sky. Oh, sorry, I flipped too fast. So the arrangement inside the 10X is exactly the one you would have in a little flat. And as you can see, you can also have the ability to put a shower. So again, saving time. You do your 15-hour flight. At the end of the flight, or maybe at a certain point in the flight, you take your shower, you exit the airplane, you have been rested, you have a full bed here. And then you start your day, and let's go. So, of course, that's the beauty of having a big diameter and so on. So, something which is, of course, not let you dream that much is the fact that, you know, it's an airplane. An airplane is a technical jewel, but it's still a technical object that we need also to support, to maintain. So we have established in the world a certain network of service station and so on, where you can have or you can maintain your airplane and sometimes even modify it, refurbish and so on. But at least you can maintain it. And you see that in the area, we have established a focal point in Kuala Lumpur, where we have a service station, brand new one. This brand new one is here, you know, with two huge big doors. And when you see the interior of this service center, you will see that it's not exactly small. So you can receive 15 airplanes, and including the size of a 10X inside. So, of course, we are proud of this achievement. And what we try to say modestly is that we try to, you know, to arrange your trips in order to make sure that everything is smooth, without problem. And of course, you enjoy the ride and you save your time, as it is the traditional way to use business jets. So I'm now going to finish this presentation, and of course, I'm available for any question.
Thank you very much, Carlos. So I'd just like to thank you, our audience, for the round of applause for Carlos. I'd like you to join me here on the stage, Carlos. We're going to do our Q&A session. I just want to highlight to the audience, there's the QR code up there, so you can type in the questions that you've got for Carlos, and I can see it here on the iPad and that. So while we're waiting to get some questions from the audience, Carlos, I wanted to start off by asking you, with Dassault Aviation, what was the reason why Dassault decided to move into this very large cabin, ultra long haul segment of the market?
But we realized down the road that this segment was the one where people were willing to go because, you know, the internationality of exchanges, and particularly people going to Africa, when they are in the United States, going to Africa, or from Asia going to Africa or to the United States. So we see that the globality of exchanges are allowing the development of extra long-range airplane. And of course, what I did not mention before, and I think it's very important, is that the speed of the airplane has increased with time. So when you save time, it's not only the flexibility to land everywhere you want, but also the speed between the 2 points that you are linking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Carlos. I also want to ask you a question about sustainability. What is Dassault doing in the area of sustainability?
The sustainability is part of the future of business aviation. You know that now everyone is afraid about carbon emission, even if we don't represent a lot compared to the global emissions, but let's say. The point is that today we are decarbonizing and we rely on three things. The first is technology, so lighter material, refined aerodynamics, and so on. We rely also on operations, the ability to land everywhere with whatever the weather conditions are. So we have developed a Falcon Eye system which allows you with an infrared camera to land nearly whatever conditions, atmospheric conditions you have. And also the third pillar, which is the most important, is the use of sustainable aviation fuel. For example, the 10X will be natively able to receive 100% sustainable aviation fuel. Today, all Falcons can receive 50% blend of sustainable aviation fuel. And this fuel, 100%, can allow you to decrease your carbon emission 85%. So that's, of course, one of the answers we can have on the decarbonization of this sector.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've got a question here. Is the seat design new for the 10X?
Well, actually, this one was a concept. So the one you saw before, in the movie is a concept. We will be more in the traditional seat. Because the point is that every element you include in an airplane have to be certified. And the certification process is lengthy, complicated. So when you go into too much innovation, then after you delay everything, including the certification of the aircraft and the deliveries to our customers. And we are extremely, concerned about delivering the airplane late. It's not the commitment we have with our customer.
Okay, now thank you for that question, Matt Thurber from AIN. Very much appreciated. And so we've got another question here. Carlos, with the acquisition of Execujet MRO Services, why was it important for Dassault to acquire that MRO network?
The most important when we establish a network is to be as close as possible to our customers. It makes no sense to sell, for example, an airplane in China and have the maintenance performed in the United States. It's a long trip, it's expensive, and so on. What we want to do, and that's the reason why, by the way, we acquired Execujet, was to be closer to our customers, whether they are in Asia or sometimes in the Pacific, with 3 service centers in Asia, in Australia.
Mm-hmm. And we've got one final question, which I think must have come from Xperia. What was your reasons for participating here at the inaugural BAAFEx show, Carlos?
Well, first of all, because we like to be in Singapore. But, and honestly, it's very important for us to be close to our partners, our prospects, our customers, and so on. It's good to have a certain visibility to show our products. Some people are willing, to learn about what we do, and we are willing to learn about what they want. And that's the most important. And the same reason, it's the most important reason, is to come here, to display whatever, and I invite you to go and visit the airplane, and you will see the refinement of the technologies that we are putting, but not only the technologies, also the interiors and so on, which are more on the French style, which sometimes is pleasant, I would say.
Great. Thank you very much, Carlos, for your time and for being with us today. Please give a warm round of applause to Carlos Brana.
Thank you.
Thank you.